Across the immense ancient landscapes of the African savanna, the day performs its final magnificent act. The sun, a molten orb of liquid fire, begins its slow descent, painting the endless sky with strokes of gold, crimson, and violet. This is the golden hour, a fleeting period of breathtaking beauty, but also a time of profound transition. For the creatures of the day, it is a signal to seek shelter, to conclude their foraging and grazing, to find a safe redoubt for the long hours of darkness ahead. The air, once shimmering with the intense heat of the afternoon, begins to cool. A gentle breeze whispers through the tall, dry grasses, carrying with it the earthy scents of dust and distant rain. The herds of wildebeest and zebra, which have spent the day in constant motion, now slow their pace, their collective movement a river of life flowing towards the horizon. They are guided by an instinct as old as the land itself, a deep-seated knowledge that the coming night belongs to a different cast of characters. When the sun finally sinks behind the wide, unwavering horizon, the savanna exhales. It is a collective sigh that ripples across the plains, a release from the relentless glare of the day. A different world wakes, one that has been waiting patiently in the wings. This is a realm carved from shadows and sound, a kingdom ruled by the moon and the stars. The familiar shapes of the daytime landscape dissolve into ambiguity. A termite mound becomes a mysterious fortress, a gnarled acacia tree, a silent, watchful giant. The very texture of the world changes. The visual clarity of the day gives way to a rich tapestry of auditory cues, the first tentative chirps of a cricket, the rustle of an unseen creature in the undergrowth, the distant, haunting call of a nocturnal bird. This is not an ending, but a beginning. The great stage is being reset for the second act, a drama that will unfold under the cloak of darkness, governed by a completely different set of rules and senses. The air grows still, charged with anticipation. The last vestiges of colour drain from the western sky, replaced by an ever-deepening indigo. One by one, then in a sudden breathtaking cascade, the stars ignite. Far from the glow of human cities, the night sky here is a spectacle of unparalleled grandeur. The Milky Way spills across the heavens like a river of diamonds, a celestial guide for the creatures that navigate by its ancient light. The moon, when it rises, will cast a silvery sheen over the landscape, creating a world of stark contrasts, of pale light and profound shadow. It is within these shadows that the night's true business will be conducted. The hunters will begin their silent patrols, their senses honed to a razor's edge. The hunted will become ever more vigilant, their survival dependent on hearing, smell, and a deep, instinctual understanding of the darkness. The savanna is now fully awake, a parallel universe that has been here all along, waiting for its moment to emerge from the fading light of day. Daylight yields to cooler air. Nightfall is not emptiness, it's a lattice of paths and promises. The night sings at the smallest scale. Crickets keep time, termites breathe the soil alive. Beneath the stars, the small mammals take center stage, seed gatherers, diggers, and night wanderers. The sky is alive. Bats gulp clouds of insects. Owls patrol by sound, precise, unseen hunters. No animal embodies the night like the leopard, a ghost stitched from shadow. Hyenas are the night's engineers, bold, vocal, resourceful. Their laughter tells stories of rank and rivalry. Lions rule the savanna's darkness with teamwork and instinct. The hunt is patient, deadly, and unseen. Lions fan out in silence, reading wind shadows, shift eyes fix on a straggling wildebeest. The signal flashes, muscle ignites. The pride detonates into a sprint. Claws rake, a foreleg hooks. The wildebeest stumbles and crashes. One clamps the muzzle, another clamps the throat. Air choked, struggle fades. Heartbeats slow, hyenas echo far off. The night exhales. Not all giants sleep. Elephants roam through cool darkness, shaping the land with every step. The river breathes danger. A single ripple may betray a predator waiting in perfect silence. As darkness settles over the savanna, the human presence does not simply vanish, it transforms. The night is shared, a vast and complex stage where different stories unfold under the same canopy of stars. For generations, people have lived on the edge of this wilderness, their lives interwoven with the rhythms of the wild. Here, the night is a time of caution, but also of community. Fires burn low, casting a protective glow, while the sounds of the bush, a distant lion's roar, the chatter of hyenas, are not just background noise. They are a language, understood and respected. These are the people whose ancestral lands are also home to the great beasts, a shared heritage that carries both profound connection and inherent conflict. And then there are the Watchers, guardians of this fragile ecosystem. They patrol the immense darkness, their torch beams cutting through the night. These rangers are the frontline defenders against a different kind of hunter, the poacher. Their work is a silent, relentless battle fought in the shadows, a commitment to protect the voiceless. Every snapped twig, every unfamiliar scent, every set of tracks is a clue in a high-stakes investigation. They are scientists, soldiers, and stewards, driven by a conviction that these animals have a right to exist, free from persecution. Their presence is a shield, a human endeavor to correct human failings. The Watchers also include the scientists, whose quest is for knowledge. They deploy a network of unseen eyes, camera traps that trigger in the dead of night, capturing secrets the darkness would otherwise keep. These digital sentinels reveal the hidden lives of elusive creatures, providing invaluable data that informs every conservation strategy. This is where science and fieldwork merge. A sedated leopard, magnificent even in its temporary slumber, is carefully examined. It is a moment of profound intimacy and responsibility. A satellite collar is fitted, a tiny beacon that will allow researchers to track its movements, understand its territory, and ultimately help protect its species from threats like habitat loss and human-wildlife conflict. Each measurement taken, each sample collected, is a piece of a puzzle, the great puzzle of survival. But true protection cannot be imposed. It must be cultivated from within. It requires dialogue, trust, and mutual benefit. It means listening to the herder who has lost livestock and working together to find solutions that protect both his livelihood and the predator. It means ensuring the community sees the wildlife not as a threat, but as a precious resource worth preserving. This is the delicate, essential work of coexistence. It is the understanding that the fate of the people and the animals in this vast landscape are inextricably linked. The night is shared, and so too must be the future. Before the sun, there is a pause, a moment of profound stillness suspended between two worlds. The deep, velvet cloak of night, rich with its secrets and its struggles, begins to fray at the eastern edge. A single, cool line of light appears, a promise whispered across the immense expanse of the savannah. This is the threshold, the quiet intake of breath before the day begins its song. The air itself seems to hold a different texture, crisp and charged with anticipation. The nocturnal chorus, the symphony of clicks, calls, and rustles that defined the darkness, has softened to a near imperceptible hum. It's a time of transition, where the hunters of the shadows seek their dens and the creatures of the light begin to stir in their sleep. As dawn creeps in, the echoes of the night fade, but they are not forgotten. Its pulse remains, beating within every living thing. The leopard that hunted in the branches now rests, its successful chase a memory that will sustain it through the heat of the day. The hyena clan, their bellies full from the night's scavenging, returns to the den, their boisterous calls giving way to communal slumber. Every survivor of the darkness carries its story forward into the light. The night was a crucible, a test of instinct, strength, and fortune. Its lessons are written into the landscape, in the tracks left by a desperate chase, in the silence where a life was lost, and in the quiet contentment of a predator's rest. Now, a new energy awakens. The first rays of sun spill over the horizon, painting the grasslands in hues of gold and amber. This light is not just an illumination, it is an activation. It warms the cool earth, stirs the air, and signals the start of a different kind of drama. The grazers, who spent the night in vigilant huddles, now spread out to feed, their survival dependent on the openness of the plains. The birds, silent sentinels in the dark, erupt in a cacophony of territorial song, reclaiming their dominion of the air. The intricate dance of life pivots. The roles of hunter and hunted, so starkly defined by the moon, are now recast under the sun. The savannah, which was a stage for stealth and shadow, transforms into an arena of endurance and opportunity. This daily resurrection is the enduring rhythm of the African wilderness, a cycle of risk and reward, of darkness and light that has played out for millennia. The night is not an end, but a necessary counterpart to the day. It is a time of renewal, of reckoning, of the raw, unfiltered essence of nature. And as the sun climbs higher, casting long shadows that will soon retreat, the land breathes out. The pulse of the night is absorbed, becoming the quiet strength, the deep-seated wisdom, and the untamed spirit that will carry this world and all who inhabit it toward the next sunset. Enjoyed this? Subscribe for more wildlife journeys. Tap the bell. Thank you.